committee that is in its entirety pro-rail. There's no dissension. There's no democracy. What made Berg snap? Why was his order and decorum unbecoming?
This measure on order and decorum, the whole public is now talking about, is for the sole and only purpose to stop Councilmember Tom Berg from exposing the truth about the deception from the city and Hart misleading the public about rail.
When I was told as a council member, looking at the alternative analysis in 2006, it was 70 million for a 20-mile route, and we're now at, last year at 90 million, and all of a sudden we popped to 222 million. My blood was boiling, Chair, members. My blood was boiling. Now, I wanted to continue to ask questions and find out how much would the taxpayer save if we went with the federal government's brand new reclassification, new definition, and said, Honolulu, for 1/5 of the cost, you can put buses on your fixed guideway, we'll subsidize it at 80%. Why are you going with steel wheel on steel rail? Why? That came from the Federal Transit Administration. And so I'm trying to look out on behalf of this new information that President Obama signed into law for the benefit of Honolulu, and I was at a hearing in which I no longer can participate as a voting member. So now the public and the people need to know that if 12-206 does indeed pass, the behavior of a council member that is deemed lacking of decorum, lacking in order, that I'm hoping the media and my colleagues here and the public at large say, let's not focus on anyone's behavior. Let's focus on the message. Let's focus on what brought the blood to boil. Let's focus on information being squashed, sequestered, prohibited, denied. Let's focus on that.
Let me just read the Hawaii State Constitution, okay? Because we're trying to protect Councilman Tom Berg, because he is for us, and we don't see that from some of you guys. Hawaii State Constitution, Article 1, Due Process and Equal Protection. Section 5, no person shall be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law, nor be denied the equal protection of the laws, nor be denied the enjoyment of the person's civil rights, or be discriminated against. Good afternoon, Diane Kauji, Deputy Corporation Counsel.
I provided you with an email that I'd received yesterday. Have you had a chance to look at that, communications?
Briefly this morning, yes.
Okay, in it was language to me that in regards to the resolution 12-206, order and decorum, removing a council member from a committee, I believe such action was taken against Councilmember Rod Tam. However, in this instance, new language is underlined, and it provides a monetary penalty. And I want to bring up the question to you, is that a monetary penalty can be deemed as a fine for what's called a non-existent crime, because there's no existing certifying of a law that states one was arrested. Because if a crime is committed, you are either arrested for such crime and you're given your Miranda rights. You're provided right to counsel. Yet the council is proceeding to consider such action for behavior as a crime. And in effect, creating a fine by deducting a member's pay. It could be on a monthly basis. It could be enacted on a month by month by month. It could actually render a council member destitute without ever committing a crime. So then it goes into further to state that this is an ex post facto resolution. The U.S. outlaws punishment for ex post facto laws. In the United States, the federal government is prohibited from passing ex post facto laws by Clause 3 of Article 1, Section 9 of the United States Constitution. The states are prohibited from passing ex post facto laws by Clause 1 of Article 1, Section 10. This is one of the very few restrictions that the United States Constitution made to both the power of the federal and state governments before the 14th Amendment. Do you have any comment on that?
I don't even know where to begin. First of all, these are rules that are going to be amending your own council rules. I don't know that they are going to be applied to past actions, so I can't speak to whether it is going to be applied ex post facto.
Is because now you're intimidating not just me, but any future council member. If you have, I don't have another income, I don't have another job, I don't do anything else for a living but 24/7 serve my district. And if I lost a month's pay because I was fighting to tell this council, did you know the federal government will let us put buses on the fixed guideway? Buses are all electric, 100% solar battery powered, make no noise. Yeah, cheaper than Ansaldo's 80 rail cars. And there's no hearing, there's no discussion. And I gotta go back to my neighborhood board meetings and tell the folks there, 4 neighborhood boards, Chair, guess what? I can't get the message across. Do I need to raise my voice? Do I need to pound on the table? I'm doing what I have to do. And it's not easy being alone in this building. So 12-206, I have to vote no because of the monetary intimidation factor. I think anybody who is living paycheck to paycheck like I am, I'd be scared as heck to try to get the truth out next time. I'd be scared as heck to raise my voice because anybody could just say, guess what? I'm not only gonna not just call the cops on you, I'm gonna take your pay. So, this is Big Brother, Big Government coming in of this council, and I'm going to close with this, Chair. I was the only member of this council that did not vote in favor of asking the private sector of Clear Channel Hawaii that it no longer allow the broadcast of the Rush Limbaugh radio program. This council used public monies, public resources, and time and resources to say, we want you off the air, Rush Limbaugh, because we don't like the way you entertain your audience. I was really offended by that because this body is to respect free speech. If the public doesn't want to listen to Rush Limbaugh, don't buy the sponsors' products, turn the radio off, write letters, get a petition, but don't use government. This scares me. Using government to intimidate not only council members with monetary penalties, but this is now becoming a habit, not with Berg's behavior, but a habit by this council to say, look, first and foremost, we don't like a right-wing conservative on the radio. This council said, let's get him off the air. I'm alarmed. 12-206 should not be passed. But Chair, thank you so much for
Thank you, Councilmember Berg.
I'll get on my knees and I'll pray. We don't get fooled.